First off, we give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Achak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of GMS that teach us his word, and shalom unto the hopeful elect upon the four corners of this earth that's trying to make it up out of here. So his lesson that I want to bring out was going to be about having a zeal according to the Most High and according to knowledge. Because you want to make sure if you have a zeal and if the Most High puts that spirit on you of this truth and you want to come in and you want to and that fire gets put on you and you're starting to really get that spirit on you. You gotta make sure that your zeal is according to knowledge. You gotta make sure that that you're also getting into these scriptures and you're also learning how to carry yourself, because having a zeal is beautiful. That means that the Most High has a spirit on you. If your zeal is of the Most High, that means the Most High has his spirit on you. But you want to make sure that you have the understanding of this truth before you start just putting it out there. You want to make sure that you have you want to make sure you're studying. You want to make sure that you're getting into these scriptures as well, because that zeal won't be able to really mean much until you have that zeal according to knowledge. Here I'll get Romans chapter 10 verse 2. It says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. For they, being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness, and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High." Yeah, there you have it. If you have that spirit on you and you want to bring out righteousness and you want to put that out there, you can't just speak from your own your own words. You can't just if you're talking to somebody about the truth, or if you're talking to someone about something in the Bible, something like that, and you're fresh in the truth, you want to make sure that you have your precepts, that you have your scriptures, because you don't want to just speak out of your own tongue, out of your own mouth. This spirit and this truth that's on you is still out of the words of the Most High. You want to make sure that you're bringing those words out to so that you have proof to other people that this truth isn't of you. This truth is of the Most High, and so that's why you need your zeal to be according to knowledge, so that you can know how to tell people that. You can know how to break those type of scriptures down. You can just know that information for yourself as well. Because if you have a zeal and you have that fiery spirit on you, that's okay to have, because you're not supposed to quench the spirit. It doesn't mean just because you have that zeal doesn't mean that you should calm down on it. That's not the case. You just want to make sure that you're also girding up your loins in the terms of having more knowledge, increasing in knowledge through these scriptures. Here I'll get because again, having a zeal is not a bad thing. Here I'll get Isaiah chapter 59 verse 17. Isaiah chapter 59 verse 17 says, "For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and an helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and he was clad with zeal as a cloak." So that's that spiritual clothing that he has on. He has that righteousness, that helmet of salvation upon his head. He has that vengeance on him, and he has that zeal. So it's good to have that zeal. It's not a bad thing to have that zeal with you, but you need to make sure that, again, it's a zeal according to knowledge. A zeal is a beautiful thing to have. Here, I'll get let's get the definition on that word to further understand. Here, Shalakia, this is the wrong zeal. Let me here, I'll go back to that Romans chapter 10, because that's the definition I'm looking for. Here we go. Romans chapter 10 verse 2. The zeal here is the definition I'm looking for. Here I'll play the pronunciation.
Strong's G 2205. Zelos.
Yeah, and that definition of zeal says excitement of mind, ardor, fervor of spirit. Zeal, ardor in embracing, pursuing, defending anything. Zeal in behalf of, for a person or thing. The fierceness of indignation, punitive zeal, and envious and contentious rivalry or jealousy. So there's a lot of things that goes into having a zeal. It's you have a zeal of defending the scriptures. You have a zeal of fierceness of indignation. It says a zeal of a contentious an envious and contentious rivalry and jealousy. And if it's saying that having a zeal is okay, it's okay to have a rivalry and jealousy. What is that talking about? It's talking about that spiritual rivalry you have with your brethren, that spiritual jealousy that you use within each other to make each other better. That's a righteous jealousy. That's a righteous rivalry that you can have. But how do you know how to have that type of zeal? With knowledge. If you have knowledge, you'll know that it's okay to have that type of jealousy. But jealousy in general, the jealousy that most people think of, what you think of immediately when you think of the word jealousy, that wicked jealousy, that's not okay to have. But that righteous jealousy, um, around your akim, when you see a brother going crazy and you're like, hey, I want to be on that level or above that level, that's that zeal that's okay to have. But the only way you can know how to have that type of zeal, the only way you can know that type of jealousy is righteous in the first place, is to have that knowledge on you. Here I'll get Proverbs chapter 19 verse 2. Because you need to make sure that your zeal is according to knowledge, because let's say you're on the highways and there's a person that comes up and they want to argue with you, they want to disagree with you about something. You got to make sure you got that knowledge, and you want to make sure you got them scriptures ready, because you might go off and say something that's that's not according to the scriptures, and at that point you're on camera. You're under the name of GMS. You are not only are you telling this stranger you're talking to the wrong information that you are saying is from the scriptures too. Like you got to make sure that you got these scriptures ready so that you can have the correct knowledge and correct words to say to people. It says Proverbs chapter 19 verse 2. It says also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. So you can't haste with your feet. You gotta. It's okay to have that zeal, but you gotta slow it down a little bit and gain knowledge before you run off with it. You gotta make sure that you are girding up your loins with that zeal. Make sure you sharpen it, cause you may get a new sword, and you may get a new sword, but that sword may be dull, and you may be excited about this sword. This is your first sword, but that sword may be dull, and you may not know how to use that sword, so you may hurt yourself. Your sword may not be efficient. That's why you got to make sure you sharpen it. You get your skills leveled up, so when you're ready to use that sword, you use it efficiently. You use it in a efficient manner, and that's how you're supposed to go about this truth and your zeal. You make sure that you're pushing out this truth in an efficient and righteous manner. See, because even Yahweh Shai had a zeal. Here, I'll get John chapter 4, verse 34. He had that indignation for this truth in him. It says, John chapter 4, verse 34 says, Yahweh Shai saith unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. So that was Yahweh Shai's goal. That was what Yahweh Shai's plan of direction was. It was to do the will of the Most High and to finish his work. That's what his goal was. That's what his plan was. That's what his zeal was. And you see that Yahweh Shai had a zeal. He had that indignation. He had that defense for the truth in him. So you should have a zeal as well, but you want to make sure that your zeal is according to knowledge. And the Most High had a zeal according to knowledge. He had all the knowledge that you could ask for. That's Yahweh Shai we're talking about. So that's why you want to make sure that your zeal is according to knowledge, so you know how to use it. You know how to carry yourself with that zeal. So, hey, with that being said, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Echak V'dash, and Shalom.